Onye sini ya buchi ya mekani bojibolo chuku. Onye sini ya buchi ya mekani bojibolo chuku. Magani beno wasina chia dima, ibeno wasina chia dima, ibeno wasina chia dima, ibeno wasina chia dima. Mama, mama.
Baba, For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwukika may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwukika Biama Puremi, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children, IPOB, to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake, Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise, Ise, Ise. I welcome each and every one of you, wherever you are all over the world. And I ask
Mama, mame mama ọnụ na-ekwu na mmadụ abụrụ Chukwu ọnụ na-ekwu na mmadụ abụrụ Chukwu onye si na ya bụ chi ya meke n'ịbọchị bụrụ Chukwu maka na ibe n'ụwa si na chi dị mma 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 mame mama Ijenu kuna nina kwa na kwa bandi na mulina ngale Ijenu kuna nina kwa na kwa bandi na mulina ngale Onye na kwa n'ụwa ya malụ n'ụwa na-erugharị onye na-aṅụrị n'ụwa ya nata n'elu na-erugharị ọ bụrụ ka isi lụọ ka ibu ụwa si adị ọ bụrụ onye dịrị mma tata ka ọ na-adịrị mma echi Ijenu ndị na-akwa ma ndị na-aṅụrị na-aṅụrị Ijenu ndị na-aṅụrị na-aṅụrị ma ndị na-akwa onye na-akwa n'ụwa ya akwarụ n'ụwa na-atụgharị ọ bụrụ ka isi lụọ ka ibu ụwa si adịtụ maka na ụwa dị ukwu ọ bụrụ ka isi chọọ ka ibu ụwa si adịtụ Ilo, ilo, ika. Ilo, ilo, joka. Ilo, ilo, kasi. Ilo, moa, ilo. Ilo, kasi, konjanoa. Unilai. Ilo, kasi, konjanoa. Unilai. Ibilai, jinjanoa. Unimama, no, ilo, ilo. Ibilai, jinjanoa. Unimama, no, ilo, ilo. Manoy, maliri, na, say. Oye, maliri, na, say.
Good evening, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom across the globe. This is Biafra Radio, and it's 58 minutes on top of the hour here in United Kingdom, 8 p.m. to be precise. Presumably, the same 59 minutes on top of the hour in the Holy Land of Biafra, which is past 9 p.m. My name's Mazi Umeh. Apologies for there's a bit of hitches behind the scene. As we promised that we're going to emerge this evening on this hallowed platform. I serve indigenous people of Biafra here in the United Kingdom, and this is the only radio that Mazi Umeh has approved. For those that care to know, the truth must be told. And this evening, my appearance in Biafra Radio tonight, specifically as one of the anchors to take us through in what is going around. I'm not going to be here for a long time. Today is another privilege as our leader, our prayer will have his voice. And I join you to come so that we can talk about what concerns us. As you can see, this is specifically issue that concerns IPOB, general analysis within IPOB, and some newspaper reviewed, the female Zoo newspapers or whatnot. Most importantly, the tweet that our eminent barrister tweeted a couple days ago, along the special counsel, which he titled, I was going to bring it up here, but I think I got a lot of things going on. So that was what he says. I just exited today, visit with Onyendu MMK in a company of my colleague, Barrister Mandela. He directed that as we count down to December 15, the loyal and faithful should be vigilant to any plot by the fifth colonies to rock the boat and pin the blame on our people. And as you can see here, Onyendu once again Oh, I think I put up a very wrong one. Remind us. I got I made a mistake. I think I changed this, but it wasn't there. When you remind us once again about the fifth colony, and some people use that word without realizing what that word is. And this evening, I'm here to tell you that the fifth colony Onyendu is referring to is those that the enemy is within. Our leader know exactly what these individuals are doing, and I will tell you one thing: without the unrest in Biafra land, and without people mentioning Mazi Umeh, there is no job for any of them. I don't care who you are. None of them could ever emerge or say anything without mentioning Mazi Umeh's name. That is fact of life. And since they have indulged to start doing criminality with our leader's name and causing unrest in Biafra land, causing mayhem, threatening people, killing people on will, asking for ransom, because what they do is over time, you see them come out making noise, and the politician will call them at the back. If you listen to the goofy guy that came on the other day on the, I don't want to mention that name, but there's someone that made a broadcast the other day, the dogs, and the guy took over 2 hours. That's nothing comprehensive. Like, I don't want to play his voice here. I'm definitely going to do a program on Saturday that his voice is going to come on. The reason why I'm saying this, for over 8 months, nobody has heard of this individual. Now he come on. All this empty threat. They're making all this session. I see. But the people they are dealing with, these individuals know what they are doing. They are playing games. Because these people have told that they've collected money on the name of IPOB and Mazi Umeh. The game is that Mazi Umeh will never come out alive. Quote me anywhere. I'm going to play a video here. Even people that are outside our enclave know what our people are playing with. But what I'm saying tonight is that I saw some people say whatever they are doing is not. People are claiming that they are the general of Biafra army, this, that, all this nonsense, and now they start to extricate themselves from ESN. But before they attached their criminality with ESN. But today, they tried to pull out from ESN. He didn't form. He didn't know how ESN was formed. Even those errand boys now are claiming that they are commanders and all that kind of nonsense. Listen, what I'm saying here is very, very straightforward. Because at the end of the day, everybody must be accounted for what they have done. Anyone that have done ill, so shall he be portionate to ye. What I'm saying here is this. Onyendu remind us once again to be vigilant about the fifth colonies. Who are these fifth colonies? The people that Onyendu was instructed. Anybody that questioned the instruction from Onyendu's legal team, those people are the worst enemy of Biafra, because we don't want to sit here and start calling people's name what they have done or promised. Biafra is not something we came to do as a career. This is a freedom fighting. Onyendu said that this particular project is going to go up to 30 years. It's not a fight that we fight today and get Biafra tomorrow. And Biafra is going to be the last miracle. What our leader have said, everything have come to pass. What is still hanging there is this Biafra. And as you can see, if you're following the world politics today, some of you don't know what is happening in the world. Some people came here and blaspheme Israel and mention Donald Trump out of their ignorance, don't understand how the world politics play, and in thinking that anybody in this world would ever take you serious. There's no country will ever take you serious. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter what you have. Those countries you are referring to have it in abundance. Like Russia have every mineral resources you can think about in the world. They don't need anything from anybody. That's why they never close anybody from Africa. They don't have any business with you. They don't want you for anything. That's the fact of life. So, but when people came out openly to question the people that have one way or the other tried to help us, because at the end of the day, I've heard Onyendu say that he will never mention any country that is sympathetic to our cause. It was only Israel that he publicly proclaimed after 2017 onslaught on Afali Bay. And people have the temerity to speak against Israel and Donald Trump. That the world, all the world has turned to Donald Trump till tomorrow morning. Everybody, even Putin, you are pointing to Putin knows his antidote. You know, every man that is strong in this world know everybody have a boss. Putin know that Donald Trump is his antidote. Because at the end of the day, when he was in power, none of this individual, none of them, because you know, and they know the amount of power that America possesses. Forget about political correctness and the kind of dirty thing you guys, because now you guys are playing politics with what we are doing. And now the whole world has surged. Even Elon Musk has stood up. Freedom of speech must emerge. People must speak their mind. And what I'm saying to you tonight is that all the games you guys are playing, you know, Chukwu Kabiama, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet. And my conviction is that Onyendu can easily walk away. And if you walk away today, no one is going to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a coward. None of you could even fit in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, you know, shoe that is in his dustbin. None of you can fit there. But why I'm making this assertion tonight, for those that are making contradicting statements without understanding the magnitude and the implication of what they have said. Onyendu have appeared in Donald Trump rally in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Our leader went for a rally. All these things, he knew what Onyendu had involved. He had the temerity to stood on the radio, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suffered and slept in the street of London and speak ill against Israel and Donald Trump. And what is happening today in the world? Because the world politics is playing, and all of us are watching. Because as it stands today, Donald Trump has emerged as the flag bearer of the Republican convention. The other day, 60 points is within all the whole people that, three people that, Santos and the other lady, but he's on 60 points away. He has not been in any debate because there's no need for that. We're not talking about Sleepy Joe, the corrupt, the swamp, because they're creating war. Without creating war, there will be no, they will make just like what you guys are doing. Without insurance in Biafra land, none of you is going to eat. The same thing, the fifth colony is the same thing they are playing, is what you guys are playing. But I want to be very, very fair to let you guys know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows exactly what is playing out. That is why he warned us and say, go and watch the enemy at the gate. Some of us are so ignorant that our people don't listen. They don't pay attention when the message has been given to them. But let me say this, because it's very, very important that some of us need to understand. Like I said, Onyendu, upcoming quotes, and I'm going to read a chunk of our special counsel's press release that released, I think, 28th of November, if I'm not mistaken. Because even when Onyendu was rendition, so many of them was around, didn't understand what extraordinary rendition was. Ejimako was the man that made it known exactly, spell it out in to the layman perspective. And that is the only thing that have brought us whatever, because at the end of the day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. What happened to our is a crime against humanity. But I want to tell you that the complacency of the United Kingdom, because the people that are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till tomorrow morning is the UK. This has got nothing to do with the zoo. All this whole nonsense, I'm going to play the pastor talked about Tinubu. All these things are political motivated. We understood all of this. At the end of the day, they will be pointing finger. But it's good for people to hear as well, because it's for record's sake. Very, very important that our people understand the position we are in now. We are in a very precarious situation that, and this opportunity, if it slipped from our people, we are going into extinction. There is no two ways about it. There is no two ways about it. Nobody is the complacency of the United Kingdom. They held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they want a free oil and to still continue. Saying is that Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out alive, regardless what anybody think, regardless what Britain is doing, regardless what our enemies are doing. At the end of this journey, one thing is certain, that Biafra is going to emerge. Onyendu said that Biafra is going to be the last miracle, and no country will give us Biafra. That's something you must put in your back of your mind, whatever you do. Forget about those people that are cashing out, and because any of them today, none of them today is sincerely telling the one man not trying to come out as it stand now. Those that have found a way to be making blood money without moving muscles. They sat down in their house now collecting monthly salaries and everything. I don't know where they go. And another thing is that you ask yourself, who are those people contributing this money they add up? They're paying each other, right? As things has gone this sour now. But remember that those that still sponsor them, all this fundraising, you see them always doing fundraising. How many people contribute money there? That is the only way they can prove that they're raising money. But the money they are getting, they know where they're getting their money from. That is one of the fifth colonial our leader is pointing fingers out. So some of you need to wake up and face the reality. Like Madam Maya came on air the other day and said, some of you said, oh, we're not going to contribute money. You're not going to contribute money until Mazi Umeh can come out of prison. When he come out dead or he didn't come out alive, that's when you're going to contribute money. How can you guys be so ridiculous and not being humans? I don't understand how. So you could stop eating, feeding your family till Mazi Umeh can come out. That's what everybody should do. Anybody that says he doesn't want to contribute money because until Mazi, you should stop eating till Mazi Umeh can come out. Because you never asked how Mazi Umeh is feeling in this dungeon. Some of you have forgotten everything. Everybody now is dancing Arabanco. Nobody understood what is. Nobody knows no direction whatsoever. Today they're talking about religion. The next day they're talking about Omenana. Everything. IPOB have told you people that he had never want. He's not desperate to be a president, which he will never knew in a million years. He's not going to emerge even as a senator. Talk less of Senate president. Talk less of being a president of the zoo. All this whole thing was orchestrated for make sure that they find something they will hang you guys because they know how gullibility of average Igbo man is second to none. That's why everybody will eat at the end of the day will come and rub it on us. And he claiming that you're educated, you're this, you're that, all these things are bunkum. Your houses in Lagos, they're trashing them up. I feel no sorry. I said it from day one. If you give me house in Lagos for free, I will not touch it. I saw this over 3 decades to 4 decades ago. I witnessed something I don't want to talk about here. I become known about Lagos. I passion a Lagos boy. If you give me anything in Lagos for free, I won't touch it. I don't need it for anything. I don't even need the headache. I said it I never get interest. I don't own pin in Lagos. I don't need it. So I'm making it about for you to understand. Because our people never learn. I don't know how many times things will happen to you people before you learn. If you like, since you guys went to Lagos and start making money and closing swamps, why wouldn't they break the houses? Because they know how much you guys put. For you to close down a swamp, that is a double money to build a house in hinterland. So at the end of the day, who cares? It's not my problem. But we'll play our leaders' voice to make sure that the word of prophet come to pass. God gave you, just like what this man said. After this man speak, I will play Onyenu's voice. God gave you people prophets, tell you everything. That's nothing man can have said. How about all these people that are talking? Some of them say, what have any of them opened their mouth and said have come to pass? Even close. The only thing they tell you people is how to extort money from you. And I'm not questioning you to give your money easy because I was once giving 10% of my money monthly as an offering to somebody a criminal that sat down in his bedroom orchestrated some issues. We've been in this position. So that's why people, if you don't want to contribute money, I'm not begging you. As long as you're a member of IPOB, you sworn on oath, keep the money. But know that money will stifle all of you and your generation. Because at the end of the day, we all sworn an oath. And as Biafra land is today, Mazi Umeh can have sacrificed 2 parents. So many of us died on this cause. He's telling me that he won't contribute money until Mazi Umeh can come. Or he contribute to people that he knew that they're not doing anything. They don't have any vision. They have lied. I don't want to come here and talking about what people have told you people. It's entirely up to you. If you want to turn yourself to moron, so be it. That is why every single people around us, what they know, they see was they shook their head. That's something fundamental wrong. When our leader was crying every day, I never knew why. When this thing struck in UK here, I was cold. I was like, in my entire life, my lifetime, thank God, I distanced myself from you people. It was IPOB. And since this incident happened, how many people will tell you them and Jim George is talking? If you are not a pure IPOB member, I don't have no business with you. It's nothing me and you talking about. What are you going to give me? Nothing. Now, I'll stop here. This is my monologue. Now, I want to play 2 video here before I will go into Ejimakor's press release. And like I said, the 50 colonies are those that have those contractors, including the ones that Onyendu thought. That's Onyendu said it in 2015. He thought that when he was in prison, that those they sworn oaths, they were doing what they're supposed to do, but they went. Something have not happened this time around. He metamorphosed because then they didn't have access to everything, but now they think because when they started, what they were doing, any country they go, once you disagree with them, they're just like uprooting people, and they knew what they were doing because that is where they wanted to do the job they told them to do. Make sure you weaken IPOB with it. That's nothing else they were doing. Destroy IPOB finance, hijack the radio, weaken IPOB, so Mazi Umeh will not have any fund. Then probably he's going to be break down in prison. Then he will say, you know what, I'm tired. And they will come and say, but I told you that he's going to sell out. This is what they're going to tell you. But, at the end of the day, Ukikeda, call our leader, is the one directing him. Because every evil that you guys are planning against Mazi Umeh will backfire. Mark my word somewhere. Very, very important. I want you guys to listen to these 2 videos before I continue. And probably I'll find 1 or 2 news. If not, I'm not going to really waste my time and talk about issue concerning our leader tonight. Just to read that particular press release that Ejimako, is very important that I talk about it a little bit. It's on 28th of November. But so for those people shouting or talking about our court is not what is holding Mazi Umeh, because without you, there's no due process. If there's no due process, how are you going to get justice from the court? It's not going to happen. All this is gimmicks. Britain is the one holding Mazi Umeh, and they know it. And we are here with them because we are peaceful. But woe betide them, anything happen to Mazi Umeh, because other countries, you see what is happening in Palestine, and with the kind of power they have in this country, they won't say anything. Whatever they want, they give them. If you imagine, if you've been in protesting, we have been in protest many times with Israeli flag, it doesn't concern them. They will tell you that you have to put the Israeli flag down because Palestinians are coming to. They are scared of the violence they bring in. But because we are peaceful, but they don't forget that no one is the monopoly of violence. It's just something that is something that can metamorphose. How it's going to come, nobody knows. But I'm just saying this, for reference purposes. We've been in so many protests in UK here. They come to us in Normatenda, say, you know what, put the Israeli flag down because Palestinians are protesting because they don't want violence. And they will talk, they will stop, but we wouldn't tell them to put Palestinian flag down because we are not against it. Just to see how impartial and you will see even the democracy does not function in this country as well. This is where all the whole corruption that we're facing today starts from. Because why would you tell me if it's a freedom of worship or gathering? I have Israeli flag. Israel is a sovereign state. Pakistan is a sovereign state in court. So why would you ask me to put their flag down because you're protesting against Israel? How is it going to be my problem? I stand with Israel, Palestine, and what is it got to do with me? It's not my problem. But police will come and tell us to put the flag down because they know that they're violent. I'm just saying this because they have to understand that violence is something that you instill in people over time. Very, very important. Now, let's listen, please.
Media International.
If you are an Igbo man, you are an Igbo woman in this country, Nigeria, and you open your mouth and insult President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, thought that he's doing press up in Sambisa Forest for you. I came out here and I told you people that the federal government are not responsible for the hold down of Nnamdi Kanu. All of you said I was a stupid man. Did you read news when the president said he wanted to release Nnamdi Kanu? When I not read that, when I never read this, I know answer. When I not see her, and he said the Igbo leaders came to him and said that you should leave him there. Oh no man, I they kill him. Oh.
Well, like exactly what the man said. I love this video for obvious reasons. But all this whole thing is political correctness. Tinubu is looking for alibi because he's part of the whole fifth colony. he's involved in this whole plot. So he was there when Onyeni never speak against what Onyeni was being held, even Sunday when he was held down, because he knew. Onyeni told you that Tinubu is going to be the next president of the zoo. 5-6 years ago, he told you that. And exactly what he told you, what happened. Even after Buhari was dead, they cloned him. He ruled to complete their tenure. The Fulanis hell-bent. All these people knew. Onyenu told us 6 years ago, the next president of Nigeria is, even Tinubu is a dead man. He's a dead man walking. They still allow him to emerge as a presidency. You know, this kind of, just like George Soros in America, the same system in America is what they practice in Nigeria, but America is that American people had enough of it, and people have stood up. Thank God for those, because the world is changing. If not, we are looking for another World War III. And this time around, it's going to be nuclear. It's going to be beyond nuclear, because so many countries now doesn't send their physical men to go into war. They have drones, they have robots that are fighting now. So imagine if you engage such people, they will wipe you off. That's why America, what America possesses, even the so people that they won't use it because they're playing games without any insurance in Ukraine or in Palestine, they won't make money. Just like those people in Biafra land. These people now that are running banditry in Biafra land without all this chaos going on, they created. How are they going to make money? When somebody come out and shoot police and run in a village, then the army will descend on that village. You are not capable of, standing them. Man, it doesn't have manpower to engage them, to fight them. You're not ready to fight. You're going into guerrilla warfare where you have not planned about. Do you know what guerrilla warfare entails? There was an attempted coup in Sierra Leone two weeks ago. That's my ground. And the people refuse. Because they understand what they have been through for over 10 years. What happened in Sierra Leone? Right? So why I'm saying this is that some people don't understand. They think it's a joke. Guerrilla warfare is not a wishful thinking. Abanzole that made mistake, we are there today. It was a mistake, and they knew it. We are not following their script, whatever they are doing. We have our own template, what we want. That is very obvious. We are not following, we are not copying people. IPOB was formed is organic. And every member of IPOB is a grassroots. That's why when some people talking about, the people that were there, they are not educated. I ask you, coach, where were you before those people? You are not available. So don't question those that were there. No one is perfect. Even you with your master degree, you may even be worse than the people have now if you are in their position. That's the fact. So don't tell me about the people that were there, they were not. No, but what were you? Because now those grassroots have, dealt this, when they talk about it, that cornerstone that Hannah turned into into mansion. I remember when they were laughing at IPOB, but when you need to IPOB will become a privilege to be a member. That's why everybody's struggling to attach their name to IPOB, forgetting people that have died and paid the price. So what he's saying here is this is the level of degradation of Igbos in particular. Because even if in a family, the eldest one, if you're useless, tell God that God will probably provide somebody that after you that will guide you. The way we are behaving, those they call our kith and kin, they are looking up to us because we are Igbo. Don't talk about Henry. That's where all of us emerge from. So they're looking up to us. Our body language and attitude is something that sometimes I sat down and asked God a question. I feel sorry for myself. I don't know why, but I feel sorry for myself. Like I said, we're going to extinction. I don't care. Because we have to make decision what we want. So this video, this is why I'm replaying this video, is that Tinubu is acting onto the script. So now he's telling you that it's not him holding Mazi Umeh. That is his elderly stepman told him not to release Mazi Umeh. They are not the one. Britain is holding our leader. These people are the fifth colony. These are the people that are using. Because Britain came to Africa and colonized almost all the whole Africa, including other countries. Britain have only 300 standing soldiers as a military as a whole. But what they do is that when they come to you, they will cause problem between you and your brother. Then now they will have the opportunity to be ruining both of you, because when you're fighting with your brother, then your enemy now will take over your house. That's what is happening. That's exactly what they're doing. So what this man is saying here and what Nubi is saying is not something you should pay attention to, because that's the main distraction.
You see, when they tell you, say the enemy of an Igbo man is an Igbo man, I'm an Igbo man. I only marry from Igbo. Would it consider me an Igbo people? But I have been standing and praying for this Nnamdi Kanu for over 4 years. I go they pray, I go they scatter my prayer. Wicked Igbo leaders, some of the Igbo leaders. So if you venture open your mouth and you insult me on this video, you insult President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the thunder that will pay you visit is doing press up in Sambisa Forest with Boko Haram. That man is suffering because he wants to free his people. He's fighting for his people. What is your face of Nnamdi Kanu that Sunday Igboho did not commit?
It's very emotional. Like someone from a different tribe is saying this openly, and the way he's saying it, even when it were a challenge that anybody that speak against him, that thunder in Sambisa Forest, because even himself is not feeling okay. They're all human beings. But if someone like him can feel emotional talking about our leader, then what is happening in Lagos today? Who is speaking for you? Of course, nobody. But Lord Panther, they said they found over 80 decomposed body in the forest. They now, the so-called urge, because at the end of the day, as strong as they might be, they still have their godfatherism, because they will tell him, oh boy, you are going too far. You need to subpedal, or we come after you. Because the administrative governor in Imo State was fought. After election, people choose who they want to. That's why I said every single one of you are imbecile. Because what happened in Imo State, was shouting. None of you came out to come and protest. To say, you know what, this will not happen because it's a travesty. Everybody kept quiet. It was Mazi voice. Everybody was, it doesn't. People might emerge as a governor. And to the Imo State is a desolate land. So everybody must pay attention, because this what is happening. It is not a wishful thinking. It's decision. Just like after you guys shout obedient at the end of the day, the person you are shouting behind told you that he was not desperate. Have you asked him a question? Then why did you convince us to come out to go and cast votes after you know that the nation was lead? Donald Trump is a billionaire. After what happened, I've always mentioned Donald Trump because he must learn. He never give up. How many lawsuits has he has? Indictment 4. Emerged triumphant. Even they tried to stop him not to campaign, and he didn't give. At the end of the day, all this whole thing was because American people has woke up. People have had over here. America, Second Amendment allow you to have all kind of manner of gun. Government know that they can't do nothing. The same thing that happened after the Civil War, they fought against British. Now they pick up arm and fight against each other, and every man was born equal. It's not talking, it's not people shouting, ranting. It's what can you physically do. Those that are making problems, it's not like you have any strategy. Everybody says empty threats. Empty threats. Banditry is not the way to restore Biafra. Picking one policeman down and running through bush is not going to give us Biafra. That's not what we want to do. Like I said, I've been involved. As I said, 2 weeks ago. People that are involved in that, I know majority of them one-on-one as a human. I know them as a person. Even the ones that try to cause problems there, I know them. So some of you, when people are talking, you don't even know who you're talking to. When you want to go into guerrilla warfare, what have you got? Who is supporting you? What strategy have you got? Is this you guys are making mockery of our people? That's not what we want. It's not what we don't want our people to be in pain anymore. That's the reason why. The only power we have is this internet we have that God gave us in this hour. The world now sold ourselves to the world. And you guys trying to make mockery of the people, you intend in the grave of our people because of your belly, wretched individuals. You lived in Europe for over 10, 20 years, you couldn't make money. Now you want to make money on that with the blood of our people. Is it now you want to show off on the internet with the blood of Biafrans in the name of your new freedom fighting? Some of you in your pages is because of you want to make money, talking every day. That's not why we're here.
Sunday Igboho is back to his people. He's helping his people. A prophet that was sent to your land is languishing in detention. Some wicked, stupid, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what to say. They said I should leave him in the prison. May God deliver all the IPOB people. If you not like, make una wake up very soon. They go start to the portion for different states. We never see anything. I don't know what. If I open my mouth, I tell you what I see in the spirit. In the spirit, I'm not go correct. IPOB people. Very soon, all the states in Nigeria they start to the portion now. Since you people cannot go and develop your region and fight for your leader, buy houses in other states. Go to your state now. 0/4. Go and develop your region and fight for the release of Mazi Umeh. If that man die for that prison, see, let me tell you, people will suffer in Nigeria. If Nnamdi die in that, write this prophecy down, save it up. This is how I talk to people. You be using my word to play. Say I'm a stupid prophet, and everything they talk, they see how it happen. If that man dies inside that detention, people will suffer in Nigeria. You will see it. You see, I tell you.
Well, Onyendu will not die in detention, like he said. He will not die. That's not a portion of our leader. You know what? This man, I don't know this man's name, but whoever that know him, everything he's saying was fact. And over time, we're going to be playing this video to remind those Fifth Colony that it is not about Mazi Umeh. Mazi Umeh is a messenger. And he have chosen this particular journey, wholeheartedly. He accepted the mandate that was given to him by Okike himself, even the parents of his that have passed away, with including all his siblings, his household. That is why I tell people, any day, the day the desecrator Farouk Baker told them they sowed the seed of decoys, those individuals that have one way or the other, like Onyendu proclaimed publicly that any day he think of betraying Biafra, if Chukwuka Biama did not destroy him and his entire generation, I know Chukwuka Biama does not exist. Anybody among all these individuals, I don't care who you are. I say, think against Mazi Umeh and his household. What is ahead of you? Something you cannot imagine. Some people are going to pastors praying for generational cause. Some of us have been in that part before. But you see, majority of people that are getting these messages is what your forefathers committed. Prior to Biafra war, so many things happen as well as we're seeing today. Dino Ojukwu was betrayed. So many of our veterans die in exile because of this duplicity of our people. And his history is repeating itself again. I warned them. I said, every single one of you will die a miserable death. And your generation will not come out of the course you guys have laid upon yourselves. This is not joke. Some of us will join. I didn't join IPOB because I want to make friends. I want to have a business partner. No, no one preach it to me. That's why a lot of people don't understand. And when you speak about IPOB, I will know it because, just like people went to school. Some people went to school, they listen, they learn. And they embedded it in their soul. So when it comes to IPOB, I don't need you to educate me. Even before our code of conduct was inscripted, people like us already, because we were meek, we bring, from our high horse, we surrender. We say surrender. I surrendered myself under this banner. Until death do us apart. Nothing else I want on this earth. This month is my month. I was born in this month. I'm not a little boy anymore. Man has grown. And thank God for life. Only thing I know is that my hands are clean. I wish no man evil. All we are fighting for, why do I need to stress myself fighting for people that are back home? Why didn't I concentrate here and build my own family with my kids and enjoy my life and just be quiet? But that is not what life is all about. We are fighting to defend humanity from birth. And that calling, when you have that calling, you cannot say no to it. Because something that you cannot deny. It's a clarion call. When you, as a human being, that feels humanity, when God sent you an errand, who are you to say no to it? I want you, the man said, if now Onyendu dies in prison, what is going to happen to our people? He mentioned our people are not investing in their own land. Now, listen to our leader, those that build their house in Lagos, I don't feel no empathy. I told my younger brother he has couple properties. I have already told him, doesn't live there, told all this rubbish. Your life have moved on. If you can get the money now, sell all this nonsense. Because for me, I don't even give him for free. I'm not interested. I don't want. Even if you give me a house with gold, I don't want. That's how I despise Nigeria. With gold, I don't want it. So, what is my own problem? I don't have problem. I don't question people. I can go and buy $100 trillion house and it's your money, it's not mine. What is how does it bother me? So when they bring it down, is your problem. Deal with it. But the word of a prophet Onyendu word must come to pass. Onyendu told you, even before the herdsmen came, Mazi Umeh went to America in 2015 in Igbo Congress. Tell them that the Fulanis are coming. This is what is going to happen to you and your mothers and your grandmothers and your grandfathers in your own backyard. This is what we shall do. They call him warmonger. They call Buhari, say, arrest this man. The same people that told him to arrest him, they arrested in 2015. The same people now gang up again, the same Americans. Arrested, sold Onyendu again out of money. Coin. It shall not end there. Because what is about to happen will marvel the world. Like I said, you people must pay attention to the real politics. Forget about all these mushrooms. You know, the fifth colony, those people, thank God that anytime Onyendu speak in radio, unless you're in spirit, you won't understand his words. But if you're pure, you will understand our leader's word. That is why I don't need anybody to convince me. I know when Onyendu speak, I know when he didn't speak. I don't have to question his words. That is why when all these men that we are complacent, all this enemy within, when they started acting, we were like quiet, listening to them. I told my kids all the time, open your ears and shut your mouth. Close your mouth and listen. Because if you listen, you will learn. Anybody that listens will learn. But you see, those people that are always shouting, they are the weakest point. Call them anytime. Because a man that, when you see a barking dog, does not bite. When you come to room, someone that is shouting, raving, forget it. Ain't going to do jack. Listen to our leader's voice, please.
Our Media International.
Even the dry bones in the graves that are beginning to shake. They know the time has come. It's a shame that some people who are still living don't understand that, especially Igbo traders in Lagos. So say to go. Ladipo is the first phase of this very deadly salvo. They will destroy your businesses. After that, they will take over your houses. When I make work for them, I want you to be writing down what I'm saying. That is why barrister will say, go and bring your pen and your paper. So that when we are speaking, you'll be seeing it live and direct. What we do here is science. When we tell you that if you mix 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen, you will get H2O, which is water. We mean it. If you try it, you will see it in here.
Yes, this is Onyendu's word. Onyendu told us everything before now, but we choose otherwise. So the detrimental and the suffering and agony that are going on in Lagos State today, even Kunle and Alaji, when that audio came out, I remember our former deputy always replay that particular audio every single time, trying to let our people know where we are. But, deaf ears will not let our people listen. They're so ignorant, nobody wants to listen. So I want to, this particular, this is a press release that our eminent special counsel, Aloy Ejimako wrote on the 29th of November 2023. And this was posted on his Facebook page. He said Nigeria is under treaty to free Mazi Umeh without court order. Definitely, that's what I just said from the beginning, because the treaty means that, he said, by Aloy Ejimako, date 29 November 2023, in addition to the permanent prosecutorial barriers created by the extraordinary renditions of Mazi Umeh by the virtues of the provisions of the Nigerian and Kenyan Extradition Act, there are other laws, particularly treaties, that have irreparable robbed Nigerian court of jurisdiction to subject Mazi Umeh to trial. That's what I said. How can you try a man that they committed crime against? What happened to Onyendu was a crime against humanity. So he spell it out here, because we know that Onyendu in DSS dungeon is not in Collection Center, is not in prison, or he's getting to 27 months now, is held captive because of British and his handlers. And now they're using all these 50 colonies to, to superhead what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, on what count are they holding Mazi Umeh? Is it count that they went to kill him in his house in 2017, 14 September 2017? Is it that one we're going to talk about, that he escaped death? That 28 men was killed, including Jack? That same onslaught cost the two parents' life after a couple months later. Yeah? So this is the press release that he wrote, and it was successfully put. I'm going to go through this before I close this program, because there's not really news to talk about. Only in this upcoming court, and those colony now, they are ravaging and trying to create some unrest, but it has got nothing to do with our Mazi Umeh being held in DSS dungeon, because there's no evidence or any reason to hold our leader in prison in the first place. So he goes on to say that over detention under the present circumstances, in a plain terms, Nigeria cannot legally levy its sovereignty right of criminal prosecution or detention against Mazi Umeh without first proving that the act of transferring him from Kenya to Nigeria conformed to the basic terms of treaties to which Nigeria is subject by ratification or by any act of National Assembly. This is but a basic condition, precedent without which trial of detention of Mazi Umeh is unsustainable as a matter of black letter law. The whispering notion that extraordinary rendition is a quaint concept in international law and talks does not apply to Nigeria is profoundly false and retrograde in a particular. This is a little known, often ignored Nigerian law enacted by the National Assembly in 1983 that prohibits extraordinary rendition or unlawful cross-border exclusion. The law is known as African Charter on Human Rights, People's Rights, Ratification and Enforcement Act, codified at CP at Cap A9, Law of Federation of Nigeria 2014 Act 12, in bracket 4 of this law provides that a non-national legally admitted in a territorial or a state party to present charter may only be expelled from by virtue of decision taken in accordance with the law. Now, all these things he's saying here is what embedded, and this is the law, because some of us forgotten what happened to Omar Duko in 1984. The same dead Buhari perpetrated this crime. They tried to kidnap. Actually, they put the man in a coffin here. I think they caught them in City Airport. And even Omar Duko was not a British citizen, but because he's the house nigger, is the profound loves of the British, the Fulanese, because all the money he stole, he brought the money here, and they stopped it and seized the plane that they were supposed to transport him back to the zoo. And there was a cold war between the zoo and Nigeria for a very long time, for a couple of years after that. But our ladies are British. That's why I told you, Britain know, and they understand the magnitude of what is going to happen if anything ever happened to Mazi Umeh, because we are here. We know exactly what happened. So all this court you see, they are saying they are going to, there's nothing. All these things is just a routine check, just to make sure they hold. That's why I said that every single person you see today shouting about Biafra, ask them, what is their motion? What is your agenda? I use the word, what is your roadmap? Everything they're regurgitating around themselves, everything you see them say is something that they've done before. They have got no answers. IPOB came with his own agenda, and everything we have touched is gold till tomorrow morning. But everything you're regurgitating around is something that has been done before. Nobody takes it serious. Well, because our people are so gullible, our people want to wear when they be clapping hands. Our people want to go. I don't understand the fundamental issue that are wrong with our people. And the man that actually brought this whole thing in limelight is lying down in DSS. Some of you said, okay, because we don't know where our money is going. Some of you now know where your money is going. But Mazi Umeh is languishing in DSS dungeon, your own comfort zone based on the oath we took. But Ejimako is doing the work that has been contracted to do, because he was the interface on Kenya. The whole, legal proceeding in Kenya, he was involved. Every international issue has been involved in it. So I'm going to read this, for those that understood the words, but this is concerned about Nigeria himself. This law was enacted in the so-called National Assembly in 1984. And again, he enforced it again in the act of codified in Cap 9 in the Law of Federation 2014, Article 12 in bracket 4. So I will still go down and say, to be sure, Nnamdi Kanu, a non-national of Kenya, was legally admitted to Kenya on 12th of May 2021 and then expelled or was transferred from Kenya to Nigeria on 27th of June 2021 without decision taken in accordance with the law, meaning that this is a crime. This is a national crime. This is a banditry. To kidnap a man and torture him for 8 days. Some people say that they deceived Kenya. You want someone to say that Nigeria deceived Kenya? I ask the person, how more naive and idiotic will you be using that kind of? How would you deceive a country that has its own sovereignty? They don't do investigation. Mazi Umeh can acquire visa here in Kenyan embassy in UK to go to Kenya. He traveled to Kenya with visa. He knew he was going to visit. He didn't just jump on the plane and go to visa. Go to Kenya. Then, unarguably, both Nigeria and Kenya are state party to the parent African Charter and alphabet division seated above the Nigerian letter, domesticated into its municipal law in 1983. In effect, Nigeria became born to the charter both by treaty ratification and by domestication act of the National Assembly. Additionally, the mutual assistance in the criminal matter within the Commonwealth Enactment and Enforcement Act, another little known Nigerian law, clearly specify at the section 4 to 6 the strict produce that must be followed in a situation such as case of Kano, where Nigeria is requesting assistance in a criminal matter, including transferring and extraditing a fugitive from Commonwealth country, of which Kenya is one of those, proceeded absolutely require the concept of the state of refugee where such fugitive is found. In particular, section 6, bracket 5, stated clearly that provision of section 456 of this act shall apply minitus, this is minitus minendus, or whatever they call it, of any case. This is I think this is a law jargon. It's not minitus and minendus of any case which Nigeria is either the requesting of the request country as the case may require. In this case, Nigeria is the requesting country. The same African Charter, the Continental Vision, provides in its principle and guidelines of human and people's rights while counting terrorism in Africa at part 5 in bracket A, provide that the state may not transfer. Example, e.g., deport, expel, remove, extradite an individual to custody of another state unless it is prescribed by law and in accordance with due process. That is why extraordinary rendition is required with a due process and other international human rights obligations. Deportation, expulsion, and removal cannot be used to circumvent criminal justice processes, including extradition procedures, extraordinary rendition, or any other transfer without due process is prohibited. Simple, all this whole thing is a crime. But I have a reason why I want to spell it out, because of so many of us are eager, or what people say. Those say they are fighting for Mazi Umeh release. You are fighting for Mazi Umeh release, not for you to go contrary to Mazi Umeh, because if you want to do me a favor, and I told you, I don't do this for me, don't do this for me, and you are saying that I'm not mentally stable, and God forbid that you tell a man that is studying out for you that is not mentally stable. Mandela spent 27 years in prison. His people never told him that he's not mentally stable because he came out and became a president of that country. But some of you have come out publicly and ridicule yourself, think you ridicule Mazi Umeh. And I want to see how you go from here, because leadership is not something you bamboozle or you dabble into, because the way you treated people is where people is going. Oh, if Mazi Umeh was a tyrant, if Mazi Umeh was not a man that was loved by all, because majority of you that are shouting have not been into one issue and see how people will react. So, but I have to go again and thank Barrister Aloy Ejimako. He's a professional and erudite lawyer and have done so marvelously since he involved in this case by stating the obvious concerning the, after every succinctly put, every time he comes out with things that make you understood that, because at the end of the day, we are not looking to see our leader being discharged from DSS dungeon based on they're going to release him. He had Tinubu say that his own kinsmen said they shouldn't release him. So we know where our problem is coming from. But before you should ever take Mazi Umeh to any court in the zoo, first and foremost, you need to establish where Mazi Umeh was brought from. Because crime has been committed. You cannot go into legal proceedings without being, first of all, find out what crime has been committed. He stated it here. In African Charter, especially prohibited extraordinary rendition. So it's a crime. I will go further. Further in anticipation that any African state can turn lawless and commit extraordinary rendition, such as in this case. The African Charter, instrument known as Principle and Guidance of Human Rights and Human and People's Rights while Counting Terrorism Act, Counting Terrorism in Africa, Act Part 1, bracket F, provides this. States shall provide full and effective reparation in individuals who have suffered violence of their human rights as the result of acts committed in the name of countering terrorism, full and effective reparation should include restitution, compensation, rehabilitation, certification, and guarantee of non-repetition. In reading this provision, keep in mind that the charges levels against Mazi Umeh can all borders on countering terrorism, which is false. IPOB is not a violence. We have not killed anybody. Onyendu have not called to kill anybody. ESN wasn't a violence. ESN was created based on the menace because our so-called governors and allies was duplicit. They complicit. Our people has been murdered in our farms, in our homes, by marauding terrorists, so-called Fulani herdsmen in their collaborators with their brothers in uniform. So Boko Haram was released and they were rampaging our land and killing our people. We cannot fold our hands and watch. Imagine if Israel fold their hands and watch Palestinians. When they're shooting over 1,000 rockets on a daily basis, where would they be? I asked somebody today. You can't ferment problem. I don't want to get involved. But come on, we are all human beings. You can't go and shoot. You can't stop me and I don't want me to defend myself. Are you mad? It doesn't work that way. So, and on one constituted institution and the United Nations-based principle and guidance on the right of a remedy and the reparation for victims of gross violation of international human rights law and serious violation of international humanitarian law provides in part X119 that restitution to restore the victim to original situation before the gross violation of international human rights law occurred. Restitution include restoration of liberty and return to one's place of residence. This man is something else, which is Kenya. In this case, Kano. In the case Kano, it is beyond argument that Nigeria is, by virtue of being a member of United Nations and the ratification of its instrument, therefore bound by this provision. I hope I'm not missing any because there's a lot to read here, mate. But I have to do it. In view of the foregoing, it is based on precept of the law that the rendition fugitive suspect can either be subjected to detention, non-trial in a country that renditioned him. The only law window is the restitution of restoration such person to the status quo or return him to the country from which he was renditioned, which is Kenya. And Aloy Ejimako have said this over time, and is saying it again and stating it factually without any equivocation. It is prudent to stress the point that extraordinary rendition inherently destroys every prospect for a fair trial in the country that levied the rendition. This was precisely the reason Britain denied Nigeria former application to extradite Omar Duku. I just mentioned Omar Duku after his aborted rendition. And Omar Duku was not a British citizen. That is why we must understand that what happened to our leader, Britain is fully involved, they're highly involved in it. So anybody sitting somewhere telling you, I think I missed. I knew that I missed a paragraph here. As a paragraph I missed when after prohibition, I went further to I mixed a particular paragraph which he said what immediately jumped out from the law in the phase extraordinary rendition and other transfer without due process law prohibited since Nigeria by treaty borne by the instrument and case of canon must be strictly guided by this celebrated precedent set in General Sani Abacha versus Ghanai's Fayemi, where the Supreme Court held that where a treaty enacted into a law by National Assembly, as was case with the Africa Charter, it becomes binding, and our court must give effect to it. It's like all other laws falling within the judiciary power of the court. Talks the law, the trial of canon is buried by the virtue of the provision of this treaty, the African Charter, that prohibited extraordinary. So, in total, because I jumped this when I said, and there's a paragraph for it, so I have to read this because I wanted to read everything about this particular, and I will encourage you guys to actually read this more. Then you will have clarity of what have happened to Onyendu, because over time our people don't read. And reading become issue, and reading and understanding is another thing. It's not just going through it. Yeah, this is Biafra Radio, and this platform is where we can analyze this because this is what concerns to Onyendu. This is the embodiment of our leader. So Onyendu, for all, shouldn't have been where he is right now. I said it from the beginning of this program. So we know now that our leader is being held against every odd. That is even against the African Charter as well. It's against African Charter, including the zoo is enacted because you could see during Abacha and Fani fire me or whatever his name, fire me, it's written there. So these things are there. So finally, I'm gonna come here. He said, therefore, the next best thing for Nigeria authority to do is to toe the path of the dependent law and treaties by releasing Mazi Umeh kind of forward. Anything to do to the contrary will be, he said, inglorious and stigmatize Nigerians as the nation that chooses impunity over a rule of law. History teaches that it is such impunity that strokes the parable three tensions that quickly metamorphoses into springing insecurity and ultimately boomerang against the state. And this Peter, the citizenary, a lawyer, a constitutional and human rights lawyer. Thank you for this wonderful, succinctly put. So basically, I think everybody have heard it. This is from our erudite special counsel, Aloy Jumako. This is concerning Onyendu, and that's why I took my time to make sure I read it to letter. And basically, what we can take out of here is that Onyendu, Mazi Umeh to start with, shouldn't have been held where he is right now. Second of all, Nigeria is signatory to it, Kenya is signatory to it, and is prohibited in African Charter and even in human rights internationally. So everybody knew Britain did stop this kind of thing happening here in their soil against someone that is not their citizen. So this is one thing I want everybody to know tonight, that Onyendu Mazi Umeh is being held, is a political prisoner, and he holds against every international treaty that they themselves enacted. But you know what? At the end of this journey, one thing is certain, that Mazi Umeh will come out. And what I want to say tonight is this. Over time, you see those people will come out and be telling you, making, unprecedented threat. Onyendu was kidnapped on 19th of June, 2021. So June 2021 to 2022 is 1 year. 2022 to 2023 June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So 24 months. All you do now is 13 months. All you do is in PDSS dungeon. And somebody will come out and tell you that is giving Nigerian government till the 15th of this month. After that they won't speak. What did I tell you? Let me say this here. I will repeat again. Listen, nobody as it stands today that you can see that speak in the interest of Biafrans, not alone on the interest of Mazi Umeh, unless those that are loyal to Onyendu, the hardcore IPOB member, just like as I was standing here. But anybody that is going contrary to what Nnamdi have instructed, they are the fifth colony. That Onyendu have warned us about. Because our people like gather. Now I see people joining social club. This is our people's life, where they gather, drink, and make noise. We are cowards, cowardice, scared to death. We don't want to take risks. None of us don't want to die. Guerrilla warfare you guys are igniting. Can you withstand it? It's not what we want. We've gone through that part, 67 to 70. If we couldn't, if we want to go back on something already, we stopped. So why did we stop 67 to 70? Why did we surrender in 67 to 70? If we have to go back again and pick in small arms, that we are not ready to fight. That's not why we're here. The world have moved on. And then, that's what I'm saying to people. You see, God had where He do things. Things are changing. Nigeria will run out of space one day. Find out that their military will not save them because now there's drones. And it's even they got oil, but they don't know. Things might change. The world has gone, God has gone nuclear. But it's not something you shout out and making noise on social media. Or extorting money from people, putting our people's life in danger. No. This is not what we want. And our leader have said that he wants Biafra land to be peaceful. That is why he's there in the DSS dungeon. That was the only thing he have said to us publicly since 13 months he been held incommunicado. The first time he spoke in court for 30 seconds, he said he wants Biafra land to be peaceful. Onyendu can cut deal. All these people will go hungry. He doesn't want that. All he wants is the peace and tranquility of our people because we are going into the wrong direction. We are going into the right direction. The direction we are pursuing our freedom is the direction that is foreseeing that things we are doing, that the world is coming to us. Because first of all, you attract sympathy. But doing things that people will align with you. Because whoever that want to align with you, first of all, have to do some background check on who you want to align with. If you're not loyal to your leader, how do you think somebody will align with you? Which way are you going? Very, very important that we make a distinction here. So, yeah, and it's very important. So tonight, basically, I don't really have time to trying to go into the Zoom news tonight because, to be fair with you, I came in late, a bit late, because I scheduled this program, 9:30 Biafran time, but there's a little bit of issues that I was trying to be sure that things are working the way it should be. Having said that, wonderful thing is that Biafra Radio is here to stay, and what we do here is to say the way it is and true and nothing but the truth. This is IPOB National Radio, and one and only radio approved by Mazi Umeh. This is not about what you want or what I want. This is a straight order from the highest commander of IPOB. It's not everything that, it's not every law that enacts in every country that you like. An IPOB, we don't vote anybody in. It is not how the IPOB is been, because we are freedom fighter, we're static. And if we don't have a leader, someone that leading us, because it's like if your father had gone into a journey, he didn't return, so now you start sleeping with your mother. Is that what I mean? I'm asking you a question. So if your father Go if your fire have gone to a battlefield and it hasn't come back, he's not dead, he's still there. So you start sleeping with your mother. I want you people to go back and think, because our people, there's something fundamentally wrong with our people. You see that story they told us in the Bible about Moses going into the mountain before he came back. The Israelites started worshiping different types of, immoral gods. That gets Moses angry that he broke the tablet that he brought from the mountain. That's exactly the same thing that is happening with us now. There's so many versions. IPOB, they wanted to infiltrate IPOB in 2016-17. Then when they suggested it. But all these goons you see in IPOB today, all these people, all these goons that moved on, you see them, they're mentioning Igbo Assemble. In IPOB, somebody is advocating for Igbo Assemble in IPOB. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It's a story for another day. I will talk about that. That's not what I'm here for. Like I said, this is our national radio. And tonight, specifically, Onyendu, upcoming charade is coming again. We will continue to do what we do best, to educate our people. Now, what I'll read to you is the press release from our eminent our special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, and it's very, very important. It's stated there, very, very obvious, because at the end of the day, what it entails that Onyendu have no case to answer. He can't charge our leader to anywhere without you, first of all, determine where Onyendu came from, and is against the humanity, is prohibited in African Charter. That is one thing I want you to take home. So don't expect anything coming out from whatever they're talking about in Abuja on 15th of December. For those that are fermenting problem, whatever you're doing doesn't change anything. You guys are the fifth colonies. If you go in and making our people life misery, like I said, Sierra Leone, there's a failed coup that happened in Sierra Leone 2 weeks ago. Right? Being what they have gone through, it's a small country. Before Sierra Leone went to war, I think there were barely 2 million people. How many people that died? That was an eyesore. Women was they pleated women's belly and brought out their keys and chop up legs and this and all that. At the end of the day, people that perpetrated this crime was held accountable. Charles Taylor is in this country. So many of them are held. There was pardon, but something happened. But the country is back to normal, if I'm not mistaken, because I've got my people down there. I'm still part of that system. And I'm advising you that is causing mayhem in our land, you don't understand what it takes. Because there's some people that are barbaric. You people are jokers. But that's not what we want. Before you think you want to go into small arm struggle, ask yourself a question. What made our internal leader, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu, that fought with his father's money, not you begging people to contribute money for you? Him came out and stood, and he didn't come out by himself. It was consensus by the whole clan within Biafra. You can't sit down in one place and he was on the ground. You can't rule from outside, from exile. Nobody rules from exile. Unless like our leader is like the leader already. He's been proven that he's a leader. I'm just making a distinction here. So what I'm saying in essence is this. Our people should stop making mockery of themselves. The fifth colony, this is the word. It's a specific word. Because what you guys are brought in our line is mayhem. There's no direction whatsoever. So, like I said, Onyendu, the shred will come up again. But one thing you must bear in mind is this. Those that are making empty thread, because what they do is when they, sometimes because when they're bankrupt now, they know that so many people now doesn't take them, because unless it's a stupid man will take this individual serious. Unless a stupid man will take them serious. Soludo saw them. When Soludo came out and said that he's working with IPOB, we have African rep. He never knew that Soludo was working with IPOB. So when they were getting money from Soludo was with them. A Jofor, with whom they were using. Now they say Jofor and Andy Uba. I think is Andy Uba. Sorry, I always mistake Emeka with Andy Uba because I barely grew up in a rift. So Emeka, the issue of Andy Uba, the issue of Emeka and the Ejiofor has got nothing to do with IPOB. Who is Ejiofor? Where did he come from? I said it over time. Who knows who Ejiofor was? Ejiofor came as one of the fifth colony, opportunist, and he abused it. Because Obete came, Obete actually trying to force himself. Obete was a close friend of our former deputy leader. And everybody was saying, oh, our former deputy leader was involved, but he wasn't. Because when that thing happened, he didn't kick back because he wasn't in support of it. But today, they want to bring IPOB to attach to their criminality. Talk about ESN. What did ESN got to do with a Ejiofor and Emeka? Who is Ejiofor to Emeka? I barely grew up on lived. The background, who was Ejiofor? We see Ejiofor's father's compound before now. What was there? Who was Ejiofor before IPOB? Was nobody. Now he has mansion in his house, got bulletproof door in his compound, his father's compound, and says they burned the house. Which house did they burn? Pachad house they burned. What are you talking about? Who was him? It has nothing to do with IPOB. And it's no longer, it's not in legal team anymore. They've been sacked, and that's the end of it. As they come, as he goes. Because he's the devil that came and he's done a lot of destruction. But you know what? It's what it is. Like I said, our leader, Hodi, he's the golden egg. And key to our success, key to our glory. The only man that has it is Mazi Umeh. You can fight, you can strive. All these petty individuals, if Oyendu was, I can say it over time. If, for instance, that even though Mazi Umeh did not want money, that his family, his parents, including his siblings, some people will come out there and sit down and insult them. Let me ask you a question. Are you telling me that if any of you were fortunate to be in position of Mazi Umeh and his siblings, if these people they wanted money, by now, we don't talk about IPOB. It didn't start from Mazi Umeh. His father, Israel Okukano. When I started this, he never mentioned that he was a prince. He never said it one day. It was one day on his broadcast, he said, even though he's against kingship, that his father is a king. That if he come to the Holy Imo state, it was only in front of the house was not high. The land of him, the state government heart is their land. Because his father refused to compromise. Some people say, oh, Jesus made his father king. Are you people for real? This is what people sit down and talk over every day. If it was for money, do you think they're going to let the two parents die? And still here, suffering for me and you? Come on now, people, please. You need to do some sober reflection and understand that this is not about money. It is not about what I'm going to gain. Even I can categorically put myself as one of the people that, I'm not saying I'm one of the 100 men, but I know my pedigree. When it comes to this struggle, there's things I don't play with. I don't care who you are. Those that are ever close to me knows. The moment you go off key, you will see me like a raging mad dog on you. Very, very important to understand because so many people have passed away on this. I thank all of you for listening. Those that are here and those that are going to listen to this video. It is very important, and this is still Biafra Radio. And now we're going to shut the curtain here. I thank all of you for listening to me this evening. And I pray that God will give us more understanding and the way we can navigate and do the right thing. And most importantly, our leader, will always be with him. The mighty hand of Chukwukabiam is upon him. That same God that delivered Daniel from the lion den will always be with him. Regardless what enemies are doing, he that sent him will surely give him, oversees his affairs. For those that wish him death, death shall be their companion. That's my prayer. Anybody that wish Mazi Umeh cannot ill, whatever you wish to our leader, it will be 10 times forward to your own generation. That's my prayer. It's not a bad prayer. You know, let and let leave. And IPOB one family stand for one thing because there's a blood covenant in IPOB. I keep on telling people IPOB oath is a blood covenant. If you don't know it, start from now, retracing your step. Some of you ignorant people thinking that this is a community gathering. No, it's beyond community gathering. Some people think this is about, I'm not calling you, begging you. I'm not begging anybody. All of us, I joined IPOB, nobody preached IPOB to me. I stood where I am, but I said it over time. Some people don't, you remember, maybe you're your dying bed, you'll be talking about this issue. That's why I understand that majority of people that I met that claiming they were the saw Biafra war. I'm highly disappointed in all of them. Majority of people that I have come across, majority of them, I'm disappointed. And the mentality these people have is the reason why we fell 70. And I owe no apology to it. This is my own personal observation. I say majority of those I have come in contact with that claiming that they actually saw the war are a bunch of disappointment. And I'll end it there. And then, wonderful listening. I'll sign out from here. Good night.